Sunshine from Harvest Solar, Territory Sales Manager Jake Schuster, and Director of Marketing Kara Jacobitz. Welcome.
Good morning.
Thank you
Morning,
for
thanks for
having
having
us.
us. Yes.
How are you guys?
Doing good. Wish it was a little sunnier out today,
Yeah.
but April showers. Hopefully some more sun coming soon.
Yeah, so you guys have been rocking and rolling the last few years. What is the state of solar, Jake?
Yeah, so state of solar in Michigan right now, really it comes down to dollars and cents. You know, cost of everything is going up these days. So a lot of our customers are trying to, lock in their energy rates and save money over the life of the panels in their system, and overall, just provide a healthy, clean energy back onto the system into their homes.
I think I mispronounced your name.
Jacobitz.
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 Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah.
Potato. I get a lot of variations.
So the conception of having solar energy for your home is that the panels overwhelm your property, and that they might even be just too unwieldy to even be to be effective. Has the technology changed? Do you need as many panels and all that you first did when it first goes out?
So the technology has changed. They're becoming more efficient and growing in size and all that stuff. The racking components are improving too. The thing about it is solar seems so simple and taboo, but solar does not make sense for everybody. Mm-hmm. Every system is custom tailored. That's a big thing about Harvest Solar is we're a turnkey company where from the start to the finish, you will be dealing with our people. So that means, we're going to have probably, one of our great sales associates come out, check your property, do a site assessment, and look at that energy bill, see what your usage is, and then come up with a recommendation that's going to best fit your needs. And then from there, it's going to be our construction crew building the project that our engineering team designed and all that stuff too. So from start to finish, it's us, and it's all going to be custom and tailored to get you to your energy goal. And sometimes it just doesn't make sense for people to do that. So we try to be really informative, walk people through the process, and tailor the system to what is going to get you to. And some people go for the environmental factors. Some people go for money saving factors. Some people go for branding components and all sorts of stuff. So there's a bunch of different goals out there.
Yeah, there's a lot of confusion. You'll see, articles pop up here and there on tax incentives or tax credits. But you guys do a ton with businesses. I know you've done some stuff locally. But what is your specialty? What's your bread and butter?
Yeah, so we focus primarily on agriculture and commercial solar arrays. We do a lot of residential work off that too. I mean, we definitely like to take care of our people in the greater Jackson area. So we kind of dabble in a lot of it. We do some utility scale solar on the bigger fields that you see, building those and constructing those. But the most of what we do is your small to medium sized farm, commercial business, because they can really take advantage of the incentives that are out there, so it'll pay off a little bit quicker for those types of setups. But we really take a look at every situation, and even if it's a project that we can't help out with, we can always make a recommendation and kind of point somebody in the right direction.
Do these two make you say MBA after you say their name?
Oh yeah,
Luke and Mark. A couple of great guys, and of course, Mark founded the company. And one thing, looking at all these projects you guys are doing, everything is just so damn clean. When it's done, I assume that your customers are just always really happy with the product.
Yeah, and that's definitely what we, focus and strive for at the end of the day. It really all comes down to customer service and making sure that we're providing our customers with essentially a clean looking array and something they're going to be happy looking at for the next 30 plus years. So high quality components is what we like to focus our time and efforts on.
Do you think the size of the panels will get smaller over time? So maybe we just have at our house one, say 6x6 panel taking care of the whole house. Do you see that
they're coming
down the
up
line?
with the shingles.
Oh, solar powered
Tesla was
shingles.
working on solar powered, so they look like shingles.
Okay.
And they're very sleek. They're coming up with they're even making them like into sculptures now.
Yeah.
Like there's flowers that bloom and move and things like that too. So they're coming a long way.
Yeah.
Yep, getting a lot more efficient year by year. The panels are getting slightly more efficient every single year. So it's been a steady progress year over year. And the square footage is shrinking as well too. So I'm sure it's just a matter of time
Yeah.
before it's
And then
optimized.
you had a customer who made a solar patio. That was
Yeah,
that's
that was
cool.
pretty cool.
Yep,
So-
exactly. So there's a bunch of different applications for what you can do. A lot of people turn them into lean-tos and use them for storage for wood or for toys and equipment. So the possibilities are limitless with carports and going on your roof versus a normal ground mount. So there's plenty of different options that are out there today.
Yeah, right downtown, we've got several solar arrays that are powering. I know Christoph and Sons, you guys were
Yes,
there
that.
Yep.
when they redid that building. And driving by, you don't even notice it because they've got it lined up in the back. And how's that working? In a downtown, it's possible, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, every situation's different and unique, so that's part of our processes is going in and doing a site assessment and kind of taking a look at the property and the energy needs in whole. So if you got a nice roof with a lot of sun exposure, then a lot of the times that makes sense. But if you got some room on the ground, that's usually financially your best investment. But we do a lot of projects in the area. We've got a lot going on with Habitat for Humanity as
Yeah.
well, too, downtown that we're doing as well.
Is that
So-
Vermeulen's, Jake?
I
That
think
is.
that is,
Yeah.
yes.
Yep.
For
Yep.
millions.
Very cool.
Yep.
My idea is to put these panels on a car and then you just drive around. Never have to stop for gas or electricity. Is
There
that
you go.
possible?
They're getting there, honestly.
Yeah.
I was just reading an article recently about that too. So being integrated into the roof of the car. So
Yeah.
that whole world's changing like crazy right now.
Cost savings is kind of always a question that the consumer will have. Can you give us a few examples of maybe some cost savings that you've had for maybe some of your big clients?
Yeah, definitely. So really what it is, whether you're putting in panels to offset 10, 50, or 100% of your usage, those savings are always going to be there. So if you have a healthy tax appetite and you can take on some of the federal incentives that are out there, there is some programs available through the USDA and some grant money that's also out there as well too for some rural farms and businesses. So in terms of the savings, I mean, you're essentially locking in your energy rate at a much lower rate per kilowatt hour than the utility rates that keep increasing over time. So again, it's just kind of a step to mitigate against those costs that start to compound year over year. So really that's where you start to see the
Yeah.
savings over time.
Yeah.
Year-round daylight savings time, good or bad?
Actually, the history of daylight savings time was kind of favorable for solar because
Really?
it was for farmers to get
Yeah.
more daylight so they can be more productive. I have small children, so I'm good at just the same time all year.
Yeah.
That'd be perfect.
Yeah, I was happy when we just moved on from that. Yeah.
Right.
And we have enough sun in Michigan, right?
Yeah, and that's really the thing is honestly we get way more sun than you think. I mean, even on a day like today where it's mostly cloudy out, you still have all that sunlight coming through. So although you may not be at 100% of what you'd use on a nice sunny summer day, you're still getting that production offset and saving that portion on your utility bill. And what makes solar work in Michigan is not that we get the most amount of sun, we get plenty, but we pay about the 9th or 10th highest electric rates in the entire country. So that's where the financial aspect comes into play. And long term, that's where it makes sense.
Wow.
And then two, I don't know if you remember this summer, but the peak hours
Yes.
where they spiked, that would protect you from that too. You would, so the utility rates that fluctuate and move, you'd be protected from that too. So there's a savings there. And then panels, they're actually more efficient in the colder weather.
Really?
Yep.
Huh.
Yep.
That's
So
interesting.
Yeah, you take a look at a nice sunny clear day in December or January compared to a nice summer day in July or August, and you'll actually be more efficient in the winter just because once the panels reach a certain temperature and they get too hot, they start to lose some efficiency. So you're actually more efficient, although there's just less sunlight hours throughout the winter there.
Well, thank you guys very much for being with us and continued success over at Harvest Solar.
Yes, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you guys. Jake Schuster and Kara Jacobitz from Harvest Solar. We'll be right back on the morning show.